Ken Trahan with Lenny Vangilder for SportsNOLA.com on a Monday. And following the championship games in the NFL, Lenny, first of all, in the NFC, which most Saints fans are most keenly interested in, the New York Giants are returning to the Super Bowl for the second time in 4 years by virtue of their overtime win over the San Francisco 49ers. And I know Saints fans are pained after watching this game because the 49ers look more like the team we thought we'd see against the Saints rather than the team that played against the Saints.
Exactly, and that's obviously frustrating, but the biggest difference in this game comes back to turnovers. The 49ers turned it over twice in the kicking game. The Giants did not commit a turnover in this game. So you basically flipped the turnover margin from -4 9 days ago in San Francisco, as far as the Saints were concerned, to a +2 as far as the Giants were concerned. And that was the biggest difference in the game. If the 49ers have Ted Ginn, they're probably the ones going to the Super Bowl right now, if you want to point to one guy. That's the biggest difference. Ginn was hurt, was inactive. They had a backup punt returner in there, and he fumbled the ball twice. Well, one was a muff and one was a fumble, and the Giants picked up 6 points as a result of it, and that was the difference in the game.
It certainly was. And Kyle Williams, if you go back and look at the game, he made another terrible decision in the third quarter when he fielded a punt on that dead run, falling forward. I don't know how he caught that ball, but that's not one that he should have tried to field at all. He was fortunate not to lose that one. The ball did hit his knee on the other punt, which he should have fielded. Clearly, he had all kinds of time to do so. And then, of course, the critical strip fumble at the end that cost them the game. The Giants did absolutely nothing in the second half offensively. The 49ers defense was great, but their offense kind of reverted to what we saw during the season rather than what we saw against the Saints, which might be more of an indictment of the Saints defense, frankly, than anything else in that fourth quarter of that game. But we've been there already. Bottom line, Eli Manning continues to have a great preseason, even better than the one he had 4 years ago. And Lenny, he's on to a second Super Bowl and establishing himself as an elite quarterback in this league.
And he, when it's all said and done, he could be the one with the best resume of anybody in the Manning family if he wins this game in a couple of weeks against the Patriots. But we got plenty of time to still talk about that one.
And we certainly do. Of course, they'll be playing the New England Patriots, who survived the Baltimore Ravens. And I do mean survived. You're talking about a touchdown catch by Evans that, you know, even on replay, it's very, very close. If he gets his second foot down in the end zone, that's a touchdown. And on replay, it's so close. And they didn't even talk about that very much on the network telecast, which shocked me. But a great defensive play to strip him. And then, of course, Billy Cundiff just whiffed. I mean, there's no other way to put it. He choked.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, you know, one of those things, you know, it's what have you done for me lately? Mm-hmm. Cundiff was a Pro Bowl kicker last year, but in that spot, he missed. You take a guy like Lawrence Tynes. Let's go back 4 years ago. He missed a field goal at the end of regulation against the Packers, where if the Packers had gone down the field and scored and won that game in overtime, we'd be talking about Lawrence Tynes being a GOAT in that spot. And maybe he's not with the Giants yesterday to kick a field goal to win the game. But the Packers turned it over. Tynes got another chance to kick the field goal to win that game. Look what happened yesterday. The 49ers turned it over. Tynes got a chance to kick a field goal to win the game.
Maybe the strangest thing to take out of that game is, realistically, Joe Flacco outplayed Tom Brady. If you look at the game itself, if you look at the numbers, Flacco played very, very well. One interception, but threw the ball accurately all day otherwise. Brady had problems against a very good Baltimore defense, so that's kind of strange because everybody felt New England had a huge edge coming in at quarterback.
I really thought so. And Brady, you know, there was some talk, hey, how injured is he? He missed practice on Wednesday. And supposedly he hurt his non-throwing shoulder, but you have to wonder, you know, how much that lingered on a cold day yesterday. That, you know, it may have played a factor into it.
Patriots and Giants again, round 2. Giants beat them earlier this year at New England, and New England is favored by 3.5. The early line on the Super Bowl. Does that surprise you?
It's all about perception. People like the Patriots, but I think it's going to be a great game. You look at the last 3 times these teams have played. Twice in the regular season. The last game of the 07 season when the Patriots were going for 16-0 was a fabulous game. The Super Bowl 4 years ago was a fabulous game. And this game earlier this year, it was 0-0 at halftime. Turned out to be 24-20. And again, same type of thing. Brady scored late. Looked like the Patriots were in great shape. Eli went back down the field, drove him to a touchdown with, I believe, 19 seconds left. A terrific game there. And anything less than that, maybe a disappointment this time around.
Yeah, exactly. It should be an outstanding football game. Just early tea leaves, finger in the wind. I might give a slight edge to the Giants, which is remarkable considering they were 9-7. And Saints fans, woe is me. Saints would have handled the Giants again. No question in my mind. But you got to get there, and they didn't. Lenny, thanks as always, and don't forget, SportsNOLA TV, Monday night, 6 p.m., WHNO Channel 20, Brian Allen Walsh, Jordan Small, Brett Martello, the Associated Press, and myself. Hope you'll join us then, 6 p.m. Monday night for SportsNOLA TV. For Lenny Vangilder, I'm Ken Trahan. Have a great day.